Hello everybody, it's me Nate aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with a different kind of video. I'm calling this a video game flashback, where I go back and review old games that I never got to review before. The first one on this list is one of the magnum opuses of its time, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Now, the copy I'm playing is the definitive version, which means it's actually the worst version, because we all know the definitive trifecta, the trilogy, was really badly done. But let's get into the meat and potatoes of this all-time classic gang-banging game. This was released on October 26th of 2004 for the PlayStation 2 and ended up going on in just about every other system known to man. And it's actually known as the 7th entry overall in the Grand Theft Auto series. Now, obviously, the game world itself was, at the time, one of the biggest around. By today's standards, not so much, but back then, it's very visually impressive how large this game actually is. Even by today's game standards, it's still bigger than some games even today. And this game focuses on you playing as CJ, coming home after you find out that your mother has died, and you're coming home to bury her, but in the cahoots with Officer Tenpenny, voiced by Samuel L. Jackson, which actually makes it pretty damn good. You get stuck back into the world of dealing with corrupt police officers, dealing with your gang members, Smoke and Ryder and the rest of them, as you go through 3 giant game areas that are based off of Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Las Vegas. Now, the narrative of this game was based on a lot of messed up things involving real-life incidents with the Bloods and the Crips back in Los Angeles, also the 1992 Los Angeles riots, and also the Rampart scandal. So it did base a lot of stuff factually off of real-life incidents, but they also had DJ Pooh and some other people come on board to actually help with the narrative to make sure they got the true gangster feeling of all these characters. Now, honestly, does it hold up by today's standards in terms of terms of practices? No, it doesn't really hold up. It's very, very, it's racist. Okay, this game does not hold up by today's standards. It was a game of its time, and it does tell a pretty messed up story, though. I will have to point out, I don't like the evolution of CJ in this. He doesn't really evolve that much, and this is a personal opinion that I've had with this game for a long time, is that you play like the first game, Grand Theft Auto 3, and you have Claude, the guy that doesn't talk. He has more evolution of his character than CJ does. And then you look at Vice City, hands down, which is on the first trifecta versions, is my hands down favorite with Tommy Vercetti, where he actually evolves as a character. CJ really doesn't ever evolve. I find his other characters like Big Smoke and Ryder evolving more than him. And God, I hate Ryder. Ryder, hands down, is one of the most annoying characters. Now, this game took the development team over 2 years to make. And as of date right now, it has made over 27.5 million copies sold of this title. And there's another impressive feat. This game still holds as the largest game with the most missions in the Grand Theft Auto universe, clocking it at 101 technical missions, because the first mission, the prologue, isn't really a mission, but they count it. So let's just round it and say it's got 100 missions in it. There is no Grand Theft Auto game, even to this date, that has even gotten close to that. I think Grand Theft Auto 5 had like 70 or 80 maybe. But hands down, the overall gameplay of this game, you got to go back and play it for the game of its time. Is it clunky? Does it play well? Of course it doesn't compared to new modern games. Because let's be honest, the technology at the time, the game engine they used, there's lots of drawing, lots of popping, lots of screen tearing. There's animation hicks. Lots of major animation hiccups and hicks in it. Honestly, for its time, it was state of the art. And it still holds up as a really good playing game, though I will point out there are some missions that are designed very, very badly to where you will end up having to repeat these missions repeatedly until you get that butter zone of just being lucky enough to pull off the right gunshots of your NPC character that's shooting at enemies, which can't seem to hit a damn broadside of a barn, and some other AI issues. But honestly, for its time, it is a phenomenal title. And it was great to go back and play this game again. Honestly, the different missions that you had in it, the different abilities, because this was the first for its time to add things of like weight gain, weight loss, muscle loss, and hunger meters, to where you needed to make sure that CJ ate at a certain time or he would lose muscle mass. And if you ate too much, you got big and fat. They also introduced the ability to have multiple different girlfriends in this game, which also led to the fact that it almost got an AO rating due to the fact of the hot coffee incident. That's right, where there was a mini game where you could go into the house of one of your girlfriends after you wined and dined her, and you could actually have a sex mini game known as hot coffee. Now, the coding of this was left into the game that hackers were able to find out, and that's what led to the controversy. But honestly, if you go back and you play it, the hot coffee aspect was actually lame. It didn't really show anything, and it didn't really allow you to really do that much. So I kind of, even for today's standards, I would say that was kind of lame and mediocre compared to the rest of the content in this game. And the constant dropping of foul language, N-bombs, and just overall plot aspect of these characters and the life that they're doing this, they're promoting like gangbanging. Honestly, it's not something that would hold up today that would actually be something that would be good to let a kid play. Now, I understand it was a mature rated game. It's for adults, not little kids to play. But even by today's standards, I still have to say this overall plot and the characters do not hold up well. They are not, you could say, politically correct in this era that we live in now. They weren't really that correct back when this game launched, and that was kind of the main reason why it was such a hit, is Rockstar was always known for pushing the boundaries of their games. And on the end of this, I have to say, visually, I love the fact that each area you go to is drastically different. And in fact, you go and you play Grand Theft Auto 5, and you look back at certain areas in this and you can match up what they did and go, oh my God, this is the same area that they put in Grand Theft Auto 5. Yes, it's a greatly enhanced with better graphics and detail, but it was really nice to see them staying true to it, just like they did with Grand Theft Auto 4, taking place on pretty much Liberty City from the Grand Theft Auto 3 game. And of course, the upcoming Grand Theft Auto 6, that's going to be going back to Vice City, looks almost so damn photorealistic, it's frightening scary. And I also have heard somehow Tommy Vercetti returns, which is a shame because we all know Ray Liotta is dead, so whoever's going to voice him is going to really have to do a really good job to bring that character. But in the end, I can say here, and I would say, if I was rating this game back in the day when I actually had a rating score of 1 to 10, what would I give Grand Theft Auto San Andreas at the time when it came out? I would give it a 9. A 9 being only because some of the missions are so repetitively difficult to do, and some of the AI gets janky, even for its time. It was kind of a pain in the ass. It really was. And the control today, oh my God, you go back to playing this now, it is a slog. It is a pain in the butt because the control is just so janky. But if I were to take myself from today and put myself in the past, I would definitely say that this is a 9 out of a 10 game. It's still a fun game. There's several characters I still love. I absolutely love Officer Tenpenny. He is so corrupt, so evil. And I'm so happy in the part when you finally get to blow his brains out at the end of the game. Just the overall amount of content in this, hands down, is well worth the money, well worth the cost. And there's a reason why it's made so much money over the time and why it has actually sold that many games. Seriously, 27.5 million copies total sold. And it still, even by today's standards, has the most amount of missions in every single Grand Theft Auto game ever made. So that's a testament right there. Now, I just can't wait to see what the future that Rockstar is going to be bringing us with Grand Theft Auto 6. Hopefully it'll have more than 60 missions. I know it'll probably never exceed 100 missions because, let's be honest, this one just kind of went crazy with everything in its development. But in the end, I still have to say this is a banging good game, even though a lot of the characters I don't like, and I really wish that CJ would actually evolve a little bit better. But in the end, hands down, this is a cult classic for a reason, and it still stands the test of time, even though some of the stuff is considered totally not by today's PR standards. This was Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I want to thank each and every single one of you for watching this video. Please let me know if you like this new idea of having a video game flashback of reviewing old games I never got to review. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave lots of comments, and of course here at Devil Dog Gaming, we always end our videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember people, the devil is in the details. Peace out until next time.